NASA scientists predict a giant asteroid will enter Earth's atmosphere in 2029. Could this be the Revelation 8 wormwood prophecy? My guest has important information, natural and supernatural, to explain what might be a massive cover-up of end-time proportions. Interested? I'll tell you what, I've been so looking forward to this specific interview, and I'll tell you why. Because 40 years ago, this gentleman, Tom Horn, died. And he was given sealed instructions to be released at a future date. Is there a biblical precedence for this sealed instructions?
There actually is, yeah. Job 33, the Lord speaks once, yea, twice, but man perceives it not. In the nighttime, in a dream, in slumbering upon the bed, then God seals the instructions of the righteous within them to withdraw man from his purpose and to hide pride from man.
I've interviewed many that get these sealed instructions to be released at a specific time. And the thing that intrigues me so much about Tom Horn is the fact we've had him on our show before, and we had the high privilege of being the first to release the first of his sealed instructions. It had to do with a pope resigning. Briefly, what was that?
Yeah, so in 2010, this event that has occurred a few times in my life, I go to bed, it's always right around 2 a.m. in the morning, and I saw this vivid image, very strange sound that was moving through the Vatican, and then I saw darkness rising up over the Vatican, and then like that I was awake. As soon as I woke up, I started to write down what I had saw, but instead what I wrote down is Pope Benedict XVI is going to resign. And I even had the date and the year. It's going to happen in April.
Were you thinking about this? Are you a specialist in Catholicism? Was it anything on your radar?
No. I mean, we were doing some research at the time into the ancient prophecy of the popes, but there was nothing about Pope Benedict resigning. So we went through 2012, and I was on your program, all this other media, and I'm saying this is going to happen. He's going to retire in April of 2012.
And by the way, how often does a pope retire?
Well, it had not happened in over 600 years, and everybody, especially my Catholic friends, were emailing me, and they were saying, Tom, they're going to ruin your ministry. Popes don't retire. They die in office. You need to stop saying this.
So the date came and went, and it didn't happen. Well, what did you find out later?
Yeah, so the date came and went in February of 2013. The Vatican makes this major global announcement. Pope Benedict XVI has retired from office. Now, that same day, the Vatican's media outlet, the El Observatore Romano, they gave an interview to the New York Times. People can Google this and read it for themselves. The El Observatore Romano published an article. They also published one in the New York Times in which they made a revelation. They said Pope Benedict had actually secretly resigned when he returned from a trip in March. He resigned in March. It was accepted by the Curia in April of 2012, and we had gave both those times, not even knowing for sure what that even meant, right? And this was, you know, the Vatican invented, for your eyes only, CIA-level top secret security stuff, right? Nobody anywhere could know anything about this. Now, when it happened that I was right, my phone lit up. Everybody, including CNN, right? They were begging me to come on their program. And you know what they wanted to know? They wanted to know who was your insider at the Vatican.
I hope you told them.
I did.
Especially those media.
I did.
Okay.
I told them it was the Holy Spirit, and then they were really confused.
Okay. Well, you had another sealed instruction. It was sheer Bible prophecy from Revelation 8.
Yeah, so this one was the most terrifying experience I've ever personally had, which kind of conflicts with me because you know me, Sid, I like to be positive, I like to talk about positive things, I like to be filled with hope. So approximately 1 year ago now, went to bed, same scenario, 2 a.m. in the morning, and all of a sudden, I woke up into this panoramic, almost like a film that's playing out in front of me, and I'm in the middle of it. And what I first thought I was looking at was a giant fiery dragon. Deep up in space, moving, undulating like a serpent, racing towards the earth. Then suddenly my point of view changed, and now I was up above the object, and I could see that it was not a fiery dragon, but rather it was a giant space rock, an asteroid. And the way it was turning as it was moving through the space and the light of the sun was glistening off of the elements of the stone, it only gave it the appearance that it was moving back and forth. Now, all of a sudden, I'm back on Earth again. And now, I am surrounded by literally tens of thousands of people, and we are on a mountain. And we are running for our lives. And people everywhere are screaming and begging God to deliver them from what is coming. And I turn and I look over my shoulder, and I can see this fiery mountain, basically, this giant rock entering into the atmosphere, burning as it comes through the atmosphere, breaking apart as it comes through the atmosphere. A huge part of it strikes the ocean, a huge part of it strikes the earth, and all of a sudden, the earth is shaking so violently that none of us can stand up. We're all knocked off of our feet. It was the most horrific thing. I can hear this terrible sound as if the earth is literally cracking, like the mantle of the earth is breaking apart. And now I'm looking back over my shoulder again in this giant wall of water, just an enormous tsunami, hundreds of feet tall, coming up over the top of this mountain. And again, everybody's trying to run. Then these, what felt like large hands, come down underneath my arms and lift me up into space, and now I'm